What's up, everybody? I'm a teleworker, and today we are reacting to the first official trailer for the Fantastic Four First Steps. This is my most anticipated movie of the year, maybe my most anticipated movie of all time, other than Spider-Man No Way Home. My favorite superhero team in comics, period, is the Fantastic Four. And my third favorite Marvel character of all time is Reed Richards. So this is pretty big deal for me. The teaser we reacted to was just a teaser, so all it gives you is basically who's in the movie and the overall vibe of the movie. This is going to be the first trailer where we get actual story details, so I'm really excited to see what they got going on. I know Kevin Feige is putting all of his eggs in the Fantastic Four basket right now. Everywhere he's been going, even while they were promoting Captain America and stuff, he's been wearing a Fantastic Four hat and talking about Fantastic Four. He himself said that this is his most anticipated project from the company right now. So yeah, let's get into it.
Wow, folks, we all know the story. Four brave astronauts head up into space and come back forever changed.
This car?
Our city, our planet, owe a debt to these intrepid souls. And while we can never repay them, we can certainly celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic Four!
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Herbie, how's that sauce looking? Okay. That is fantastic.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
What? You're gonna be the best mom in the world. And you are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
We can do this. Nothing's going to change.
Oh.
Are you the protectors of this world?
All right.
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
It's my fault. I stretched the bounds of space. And they hurt.
Are we safe?
I don't know.
Fuck.
There's not enough time.
I'm not giving up. We will face this together. We will fight it together. As a family. Has to be us.
Oh, we got to see it.
We will protect you.
Wow. Holy shit.
It's my fault. I stretched the bounds of space. And they hurt.
That line, I think, is going to be very important. Reed says, "It's my fault. I stretched the bounds of space and they heard." I think that they may be doing a play on the thing that they just did in Fantastic Four Life Story, which was a kind of retelling of Fantastic Four over the decades. But in that book, they show Reed sees Galactus. I think it's when they get their powers. So he has like a vision of Galactus, and Galactus sees him. It's like a two-way vision. I think they may be playing with that a little and having some kind of scenario where Reed is going to be doing some kind of experiment, and he and Galactus are going to be face to face across the galaxy, and that's what's going to call Galactus and the Silver Surfer to Earth. If I'm right about that, that's really interesting. Also, I'm happy that they confirmed the pregnancy thing because everyone already knew. I really like Johnny in this trailer. He looks like he's going to be a lot of fun. Silver Surfer looks pretty cool. I know they're going with the female Silver Surfer for this movie, which is Shala Bal. I don't know if they'll actually call her Shala Bal in the movie or if they're just going to call her Silver Surfer. So far, the design looks pretty good. Also, I knew that this shot in the last trailer had to have been Johnny looking at something in space because he looks scared in the shot. And now we're seeing why. It's because he's chasing the Silver Surfer. You know what I'm loving the most about the marketing for this movie is that I feel like they're doing such a great job of reassuring the fans of the comics. One of the things that has always bothered me about the Fantastic Four movies we've gotten so far is that they always shy away from the comic book feel. The 2005 one leans into it a little more than the 2015 one does. They borrow story elements and stuff from the comics, of course, but a lot of the times they ditch that really cheesy 60s tone of the Fantastic Four. And it looks like this is going to be the perfect blend of the darkness and the intensity of the newer comics with the tone and world of the 60s Jack Kirby, Stan Lee comics, which is very exciting for me. I also like that they're doing the Fantastic Four origin story on a talk show, which is like straight out of the 90s series. Like I said, if you guys followed this channel for a while, you'll know that I'm a big fan of the 90s animated series. I used the theme song for a re-edit of the last trailer. So if you guys go check the reaction channel right now, you can find that. I love that Ben is loved by the kids as like the big lovable monster. Like, he's so fun. And I think that's going to play really interestingly into the alternate side of things where a lot of the adults will be afraid of him. I like that idea of Ben feeling like a monster and being scared, but the thing that kind of reassures him is the kids of the city. The children love him. I'm curious if we are going to see Ben's girlfriend. Natasha Lyonne was confirmed to be in this movie, and they did not say what character she's playing. My guess the entire time has been that she will be playing Alicia Masters. I think that her chemistry with Evan Moss Backrack would be incredible. And it looks like they're toning down Johnny a bit for this adaptation. They said they're going to focus less on the womanizing aspect of Johnny, which is fine with me because, to be honest, like it's the least important part of Johnny's character. Most of the stuff that they make in the comics is just Johnny being an ass and hanging out with his friends or with the Fantastic Four. And he's not always running around with women like he is in the 2000s movies. That is an aspect of his character that is present in the comics, but it's not the main focus of his character. The idea of Johnny is that he's immature and he's kind of afraid of growing up. He wants the fame and the money and the fun of life without any of the consequences. And over time, Johnny becomes more mature. I wouldn't be surprised if the way they mature him in these movies is as an uncle. That when the kids come around, he's going to feel a bigger sense of responsibility to be serious and protect the world and his family. Also, Reed feeling guilty is like basically the whole focal point of his character from top to bottom. The reason Reed is always buried in his work is because he feels like any problem he hasn't solved yet is his fault. Reed hyperfixates on his science like crazy, and often to the point that it is ruining his relationship. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of that in this movie, if Sue has to kind of pull him back on track, because if Reed is already blaming himself for everything that's going on in the trailer, there's probably going to be a lot of that in the movie. And if Reed is buried in his work, it means he won't be helping as much with the preparation for the baby coming and things like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little drama between him and Sue because of that. We got a lot of wide shots of the four of them together. The cinematography and the color grading for this movie looks incredible so far. I am very impressed with Matt Shakman. There's just so many quality shots in this trailer that you wouldn't necessarily always see in a superhero movie. And I know that that sounds kind of rude to say, but there are superhero movies that have insane cinematography, and I think there's great shots in every superhero movie, but this movie looks like it's going to have incredible cinematography from start to finish. Everything we've seen so far is shot incredibly well. It's all framed very well. They're using the color blue extremely well throughout the movie, from what I've seen so far. Also, the fear in Reed's face when that guy asks him, "Are we safe?" and he just says, "I don't know." What an incredible line for the smartest man in the universe to say. Also, it looks like something is going to go wrong during the talk show. I'm guessing that's going to be at the beginning of the movie to kind of catch the audience up. So, like, the new audience will learn who they are, how they got their powers, and then the audience that already knows will just kind of be reminded of it. Instead of doing a whole, like, 40-minute origin story sequence, they're just going to tell you how they got their powers. I'm guessing this is at the beginning of the movie, and that they're going to have to run out to stop some villain who's ruining their TV debut or something like that. Like, maybe it'll be Mole Man or something like that. Also, I'm glad that they showed how the Fantastic Car opens, because in the last trailer when I saw that car, and it just looked like a little two-seater car, I was like, there is no way in hell they're fitting Ben in that. So I'm glad that they showed the car more. This shot here is really good. I'm still so in love with the suits and just the whole vibe of this movie. Everything about it is so comic book. Like, it feels like I'm watching the comic book come to life. And I don't get that feeling from the other movies. Don't get me wrong, there are things about the 2000s movies that I like. There's very few things about the 2015 movie that I like. But the 2000s movies I still have a little bit of a soft spot for, because I grew up with them. They came out when I was in, like, elementary school. So, but this looks like just the Jack Kirby drawings come to life. Everything that I'm seeing, the Thing looks straight out of the comics. The suits are vibrant and colorful, and I love that they went with the blue and white, like, kind of 70s and 80s look with the suits, but they're still stylized like they were made in the 60s. The blue and white suits are my favorite Fantastic Four suits. They also use them in the animated series as well. So they're doing everything that I like. Also, Johnny is eating cereal that has him on it. So you can't see it too well, but if you guys look up the Fantastic Four Human Torch pinup, it will come up with this picture. Jack Kirby drew that art, so that's kind of a cool little nod to Jack Kirby. It looks like there is going to be a lot of love for Jack Kirby sprinkled throughout this movie. Everything down to the way the Thing looks is just straight Jack Kirby. It's so perfect. We didn't get really any new looks at Galactus in this trailer, but that's okay because they showed us Silver Surfer. We do see Galactus walking through New York, but that's about it. We finally got to see Reed using his powers. I theorized in the last trailer that the only reason we hadn't seen it yet is because the CGI was not done. There was no way this movie was going to come out and they were going to be like, he doesn't have his powers, because the fans would have rioted. And rightfully so. I am so excited for this movie. I literally just woke up, so I know this reaction isn't the most energetic I've ever done, but trust me, I will watch this trailer 4,000 more times. I'm going to see this movie. This movie comes out the week of my birthday, so I'm gonna get all the Fantastic Four stuff I possibly can that week, as a little treat to myself. Get the Fantastic Four popcorn buckets and everything. I hope they do a really creative popcorn bucket for this, like the spaceship or like The Thing or something like that. Just do something really fun with it. So yeah, comment down below what you guys thought of the trailer. Be sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Check out my gaming channel. That is my main channel where I post twice a week. So if you guys want more content of me in general, you could check that channel, or if you just like gaming content, you could check that channel as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.
Apart, but I'm way too alive. I got all of my love that I live with. Just know that I do it for you when I'm losing myself through it all. Even though I'm a mister, you hate what I'm showing when I'm acting different. A part of me is losing the trust, I get distant. So who am I? The judge of your life, I'm crucified. Above all the morals I set a life. You think that I got it, but you ain't mine.